Hey everyone, this is China Chicken, and I want to do a box score breakdown of the Buffalo Bills versus Jacksonville Jaguars AFC wildcard playoff game. So the Bills ended up winning 27 to 24. The game was in Jacksonville. So it was the Bills' first road playoff win in over 30 years. So good for them. I was pretty nervous about this game as a Bills fan. I really thought Jacksonville was going to win. But Bills win and advance, and they're going to be playing against the Denver Broncos in the next round. And if you just look at the score, I never really go over this in my box score breakdown, but by quarter, 3-0, 7-7, 3-3, 14-14. So they were pretty much evenly matched, except for the Bills scored a first quarter field goal, which ended up being the difference in the game just by looking at this. So pretty cool to see that. It was such a close game, such a fun game, came down to the wire. Exactly what you want in a playoff game. And most of the playoff games were like this. So I thought that was cool to see. We'll start with Bills passing. Josh Allen, he played incredible. This is one of the best games. You might not see it by the stats here, but probably the most efficient game I've ever seen him play, which is really cool to me. So anyways, he went 28 of 35, really good percentage. I wish I gave you the percentages here. That's probably 80-something percent. Yards, 273, one touchdown, no interceptions, only took one sack, QBR of 87.2, and remember, that's out of 100, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure this is out of 100. And then his quarterback rating was 108.7, which is out of 158.3, I think, something like that. So great game for Josh Allen, if you look at it here, and obviously running the ball as well with his 2 rushing touchdowns, which we'll get into. Let's move over to Jacksonville's passing. Trevor Lawrence, he actually played pretty good in my opinion, could have been a little better. 18 for 30, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That was, what really killed the Jacksonville Jaguars. Only took 1 sack, though. And this is kind of interesting. His quarterback rating, 30.1. I thought it would have been higher with the 3 touchdowns he has. That's kind of interesting there. I wonder why that's so low. Could be the 2 interceptions, but the 3 touchdowns to the 2 interceptions, I would have thought it closer to 60 or something for QBR. Anyways, his rating was an 86.4, so pretty good there, I think. So interesting game for Trevor Lawrence. I wonder why his QBR was so low. Let me know down in the comments if you know why. Buffalo's rushing. James Cook went 15 carries for 46 yards. This is one of James Cook's, it probably is his worst game of the year. But to be fair, Jacksonville has the best rush defense in the league. So, 15 for 46, not good. 3.1 yards per carry. But, you got to do it. And that's what opened up things for the Bills was Jacksonville was really focused on stopping James Cook and the run game. So then things opened up in the pass game. Josh Allen went 11 carries for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have 2 touchdowns, but a lot of these were tush pushes. He probably had 5 tush pushes in the game, maybe more. I don't know. But Jacksonville's rushing. Trevor Etienne, 10 carries for 67 yards. Pretty good game for him. Long of 26. This kind of confused me. So Bishal Tootin, he had 1 drive where I think he had 3 carries, and he had most of his carries on that 1 drive, and they really never used him again after that. That was confusing to me. They should have stuck with their run game a little bit more, I thought. Trevor Lawrence, 6 carries for 31 yards, and then LaQuint Allen, he's Syracuse Orange. He was on Syracuse last year. Good running back for Syracuse, and didn't do much in this game, but I think he does most of the kick returns, I believe. So that was cool to see him out there doing kick returns. Buffalo's receiving. Khalil Shakir. Okay, I need to talk about Khalil Shakir because he's a guy that gets 5, 6, maybe 7 catches a game in pretty much every game. Actually, this year was a little different. He did have some games where he didn't have any catches or just 1 or 2. But this game, he had 12 catches for 82 yards. And the thing that was crazy to me is not the yards, obviously. It's nothing crazy. 82 yards and 12 catches is, 6.8 yards per catch. So nothing crazy, only a long of 18, but it was on 12 targets. And that's so important, the efficiency here. He had a perfect game. 12 for 12. And that's pretty crazy. You might see that with like lower reception, like 5 targets, you might have be 5 out of 5 or something like that. No one, Keon Coleman, 1 out of 1. Okay, yeah, he had 1 catch on 1 target. Shakir, 12 catches, all 12 targets to him were caught. So that to me is huge. It's such an efficient game. So Brandon Cooks came up big with some big catches in the game. 3 catches, 58 yards on 5 targets, but big spots in the game, huge catches. He's so important, which is crazy because we literally signed him off of waivers like a month ago. So Bills need some receivers for next year. But anyways, we're still talking about this year because they're in the playoffs. Keon Coleman, 1 catch for 36 yards. Knox, 3 for 3 on 30 yards. Kincaid, 3 for 5 on 28 yards. 1 touchdown, though. That was a nice touchdown there. Shavers, 1 for 2 targets on 14 yards. Okay, I'm not going to go through the rest. They played Frank Gore this game because Ty Johnson was out. Gabe Davis had an ACL tear, unfortunately, but he's good for Josh Allen, a good safety outlet. If he's rolling out of the pocket and doesn't have anyone to throw to, so it kind of sucks that he's gone, but not backbreaking for the Bills. Jacksonville's receiving. Ooh, this guy, Parker Washington. 7 catches, 107 yards, a touchdown on 12 targets. So same thing, same with him. Great game, 7 for 107 and a touchdown. But he's not Shakir. Shakir was 12 out of 12. That's more important to me. There was 5 chances that he didn't get. So it looks good. 107 yards and a touchdown. Wow. 34-yard long. Wow. But only 7 out of 12. That's good, but not Shakir, 12 for 12. Travis Etienne for running back, 5 catches, 49 yards, touchdown on 5 targets, so great game for him. Brian Thomas, I'm surprised they're not featuring him more. 2 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown on 2 targets. Jacoby Myers, man, something they really focused on just locking down Jacoby Myers in this game, in my opinion. 1 catch for 12 yards on 4 targets. Oof. And LaQuint Allen, 1 catch for 9 yards, 1 target. This guy, too, I thought was going to be big. He had a good year. Brenton Strange, 2 catches for 9 yards on 5 targets. So not a good game for him or Myers. And Bills really, really played good pass defense for what I think. Unfortunately, fumbles. Ray Davis did fumble on a kick return and lost it. But I don't think Jacksonville scored. They maybe have gotten a field goal on that. But, yeah, kind of rough there. Actually, no, they didn't. It was 4th down, and they didn't get it. So, ended up being nothing. So, let's see. Let's go to Bills' defense here. We got Greg Rousseau had a sack. We got Thompson had a lot of tackles. He did good in the run defense game. Jordan Hancock came in for Poyer, so he ended up with 6 tackles. But they were throwing at him a lot, picking on Jordan Hancock. He's a rookie, so that's where the tackles came in, I think. Milano had 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. Look at all these passes defended, too. You never see this. Okay, we're going to go through this. Shaq Thompson, pass defended. And an interception, which we'll get into. Greg Rousseau, pass defense. Matt Milano, PD. Christian Benford, PD. Deion Walker, PD. Trey White, 3 of them. That's crazy. That's could be interceptions. That's what kind of this stat is these could have been interceptions. So there was 5, 11, 12. There's 12 of them that could. Did I do that right? No. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them that could have been intercepted. Also, Greg Rousseau had 2 QB hits. Yeah. So good game. QB hit for Bosa, but Bosa not much other than that. 0 stats besides that 1 QB hit. Kind of rough game for him. Okay, so let's go to Jacksonville's defense, see if anything stands out here. Not much, just some tackling. Josh Hines Allen, the other Josh Allen had a sack. All right, 2 QB hits, good game for him. Trevon Walker had a QB hit. Other than that, nothing. That's kind of crazy. So good job for the Bills on offense there. And like I said, Shaq Thompson had an interception. Ray Davis, pretty good kick returning. He did make the All-Pro for kick returning, All-Pro first team, but he did fumble, like I said. So kind of rough for him. Not much there. Like I said, LaQuint Allen did some kick returning, so good for him, Syracuse guy. Prater was perfect. Love seeing that. He looked good. Cam Little, the kicker that has the record for longest kick, missed a 50-yarder or something. So that was huge, obviously. That's the difference in the game there. 3 points. Missed a field goal. That actually shouldn't have happened. It was at the end of half, and I thought they didn't get the snap off to spike it there right before halftime. So that last kick at the end of the half there should not have happened, in my opinion. So anyways, let's go up to team stats now. I like looking at this. This is going to be cool for this game. I'm actually really interested in this. Okay, so yeah, like I said, look how close this game was. Even on first downs. Passing first downs, pretty much even. Bills had one more. Rushing first downs, even. First downs from penalties. Jaguars got one more. Third down efficiency. Okay, this is interesting. Bills had 14 chances at it, 7 for 12, and then we're 2 for 2 on fourth down. That's the game there. Jags were 5 of 9, good, on third down, and then 0 for 1 on fourth down. This might have been the game, along with the 2 interceptions. Total plays, Bills won that. Total yards, not much, just 19-yard difference. Jags won. Yards per play, a little better for the Jags. Passing, Bills won that. Yep, yeah. Both only had 1 sack. Rushing, okay, rushing was quite a bit different. Jacksonville 154 to Bills 79. But in the playoffs, I would much rather take a better passing game than a better running game. So that's just the way it is in the playoffs, is passing teams win. And here's an important stat too. Red zone attempts made. Bills were perfect, 3 for 3, and Jacksonville missed one, 3 out of 4. And that was the fourth down conversion that they didn't get there, where his shin was down just a little bit before diving across the line. Turnovers, Bills won that tackle. Bills had some more penalties, 5 more penalties than Jacksonville, so it was kind of rough. But yeah, Bills won the turnover battle, and Bills had 7 more minutes of time of possession. So great game overall. I love this. I like looking at the game leaders too. This is cool. So obviously passing, it's the quarterbacks. Rushing, Khalil Shakir had the most receiving yards for the Bills, and then Parker Washington had the most receiving yards for the Jags. Each only had 1 sack. Tackles, okay, cool. And this is cool too. Oh yeah, I should just look at this. I like the chart here. That's cool. So, all right, Bills won. They advanced to the divisional round. They play against the Denver Broncos next week, Saturday at 4:30. That'll be a pretty awesome game. I honestly was pretty nervous for the Jaguars game, and now I'm kind of confident that they can beat the Denver Broncos. Broncos have had a lot of close games this year, so they've gotten lucky on a lot of games too. But they're a good team. So Bills will have to bring their A game again, but I just trust Josh Allen so much. Allen and McDermott, that's what this playoff run comes down to. Allen's experience along with McDermott's experience in the playoffs and being able to just be better than the other team. Better coaching and better quarterback play is going to win you the Super Bowl, and that's the ticket that the Bills have got to play. That's what they have to play to, their advantages, and they have advantage over coaching experience and Josh Allen quarterbacking, which probably the 2 most important things they can have in the playoffs. So let's go Bills. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.